Okay, well, today's maintenance day. It's been 10 days since I cleaned this tank, and I've got to admit I do overfeed them in this tank. So that's why I get the algae that I get in this tank. Normally I clean it every day, so I don't have to face this problem. But for the purpose of this video, I'm about to show you how to use the flipper. Now, as you all know, I was sent this by SimplyAquaria, and they want me to review it, and they want me to give them my honest opinion on it. Now, first things first. Right now, as you can see, this is the flipper, and when you receive it, you get it in this nice little package. Now, there's one thing I must note, and I must say to you all, this doesn't come with a case. So, I would recommend highly that you keep this plastic case in that it comes in, because you are going to need something to store it in. Because, going on to my next issue with it, this to me looks kind of dangerous. You know, it looks like a hair razor. It looks like something that you'd shave someone's hair with. And this blade is very, very sharp. Do not be fooled by it. It is really sharp. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at my tank, and I'm looking how it's going to go in my tank. Obviously, it's going to go this way across the glass. Now, it says that you can leave this in your tank. Now, I'm looking at these edges here. I've zoomed right in so you can see them. Sorry about the shakes. And these corners are really, really sharp. So I'm thinking, if I'm leaving this in my tank, is it really wise to leave it in the tank because of these sharp corners? So I will be checking that out, because I wouldn't want any of my fish to sort of like bang into it and leave some nasty abrasions on them. So that's one thing that I thought of. So anyway, back to the flipper. As you can see, it's got a blade. Now, it states on the packaging that this is for glass only. Don't attempt to use this on any of your acrylic tanks, because it will scratch them, because it is a metal blade. Now, also in the packaging, you get one for acrylics. Now, when I first opened this product, I thought that this was actually cover for this. So maybe the company might want to look into creating some kind of cover that you could put actually over the blade. Because like most of us, if you go to the shop and you buy a razor, it's got a cover on it. If you buy a set of hair clippers, they've got a cover on them. Everything that you buy with a blade usually has a cover on it. So I was quite surprised that this didn't have a cover on it. So that was another thing to look into. Now, as you all know, I've got 4 children and I've got 2 grandchildren. So leaving this lying around in this state is going to cause quite a few nasty accidents in the house. So that is one of the reasons why I recommend that you keep the plastic cover in that it comes in. And that way then, when you've finished using it, if you're not going to be leaving it in your tank, you know that it's safe, you can put it away, and you know it's not going to get into any little hands, because I would hate for that to happen to anyone. So yeah, moving on to the next step. Let's see how it works in the tank, and yeah, let's take a look. Right, I'm fiddling around with the flipper, and I'm going to put it into the tank. Now I'm going to try and do this with one hand. Now be very careful when you're doing this, because this magnet is really, really strong. And I'd recommend that you keep the piece of card for when you've finished and you've dried it all, so that you can store it away nice and easily. Now, this is the flipper. Now, don't put this near any of your cell phones, because the magnet in this is so strong that it'll just ruin your phone. So please don't put it near anything other than your fish tank. Now, that's one half of it, and this is the other half. This is the bit that goes into the tank, and as you can see, it rotates and flips and does what it does. Now, I've already done a little bit of playing around with this, and I didn't record it, and I'm glad I didn't record it, because I would have lost my fingers. When you're putting this back together and you're putting your piece of paper on it, make sure you do it on a flat surface, because when I did it last time, I did it in my hand, and I had my boyfriend watching me, and he was like, you're going to cut yourself, you're going to cut yourself, put it down, and he was panicking and everything. So please make sure that you do it on a flat, safe surface, because when you do flip it and you do catch it with the magnet, it is gonna just automatically do it. So don't do it freehand, make sure you do it on a flat surface, and make sure you save them fingers. I really wouldn't want anyone to lose a finger. As you can see, I am quite worried about using this flipper, because I don't know, I'm just worried about the blade and my fish, and my little fingers. I really don't want to lose a finger. So yeah, let's do it in the tank and let's see what it looks like and how well it works. Okay, I'm sorry about the glare, but I've got the hood up so that I can show you that it's working properly. So the flipper is now in place. It's on the tank, as you can see. The blade's touching the glass, and as you can see, I've got a lot of algae. So this normally takes me about 2 or 3 scrapes to do, but look at that. That is so cool. I'm getting this as close as I can to show you. See, and it is just coming off so effortlessly. I mean, I can do it with the push of one finger, and you can see it all just coming off. I mean, look at that. Now, is that just cool, or is that just cool? Now, I know I had apprehensions about using this, but do you want to know something? This is absolutely so easy. I'm not getting my hands wet. And as you can see, it's all coming off in big clumps. So when I go in with the net in a minute to scoop it all out, it's going to be really easy. Now, it says not to go down to the bottom because of your gravel. And yay, I see fish! Now, it says not to go down to the gravel, but so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that with my original card. But yeah, it's not scratching the glass, it's taking it all off. And I just can't believe how quick and easy that this is actually doing it. You know, I actually take back everything that I say about the flipper, because I've watched so many videos and I've seen people using it and I'm like, yeah, okay, is it really that good? And do you want to know something? This is absolutely just fantastic. Now, it says to move it to the top of the water to do your flip. So, now I've never done this before, so bear with me, you're getting it first hand. So let's see. Oh, and it flips. Oh my god, that's so cool. So yeah, that's how it flips. Now it makes a little bit of a splash and a little bit of a mess. Now you've got to make sure as well that you don't get into any of your corners, because you will break all your silicone seal. And that's why it says not to go down to the bottom of the tank, because you've got your seal at the bottom, obviously. But this is working an absolute dream. I am so glad that I've been sent this and given the opportunity. Oh, I'm going to flip it again. See, that is just so effortless. The last scraper that I had, I got sand stuck in it because I was using it on my South African tank, and I was getting a lot of sand stuck in it. I might as well clean while I'm talking. And I got a lot of sand stuck in it, so I've read about this, and it says not to go right down to the bottom. So I'd say if you go down to about there, you're not going to scratch any of your tank whatsoever. And I just can't believe how effortlessly this is all coming off. And obviously, because your hands aren't in the tank, you're not disturbing the fish either, so they don't seem as angry as what they'd normally be either. So, my final thoughts on that, I'm going to flip it again. I actually like this bit, because normally when you have like a scraper, you have to go in, you have to take it out, and then you've got to attach it back to the tank. And that can be quite a nightmare, because it's quite tricky, I think, when you're putting the magnet onto the glass, because you're scared in case there's too much pressure or you're going to catch your fingers. So yeah, it's quite cool, but there's a little handle on here at the side for you to actually grip onto, so it is really easy to hold on. You're not going to... I suppose you could catch your fingers in it if you were careless, but if you're not, and you take it away from the tank and you just flip it like that. So yeah, my thoughts on the flipper. I've got to flip it again just to get it onto this side to show you. Right, my thoughts on the flipper. Absolutely fantastic. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. The only thing I've got my doubts about is once it comes back out of the tank, obviously there's safety issues of it. But I suppose if you were going to leave it in your tank, you'd probably leave it at the top like that and leave the blade right as far as you could to the top of the tank, and that way then you know your fish aren't going to accidentally catch it or anything like that. So I suppose that's probably why they didn't have a safety catch thing on it or whatever. And as you can see, if you touch the top of the tank where the blade is, you're actually not going to be touching it, and your fish can't touch the side of it, which was my initial concern about it. So as you can see, in fact, if I close the lid down, you can see that it has actually scraped off all that algae. Now them scratches are from previous scrapers and things that I've tried on the tank that haven't worked, that have scratched the glass. And this does not scratch your glass at all, so I highly recommend it to anybody that's thinking about using a nice scraper. So yeah, thank you SimplyAquaria for sending me the flipper and giving me the opportunity of using it. I am really pleased that you did, because it is an amazing product. And yeah, I hope you like my review, and I hope you all go out and buy one. I'll leave all the links in the description below of where you can purchase one and all the websites that I've named. So thanks a lot for watching my video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you do enjoy my video, please hit the subscribe button below for plenty more videos to come, and make sure you leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.